I guess we gotta thank you a lot for coming on out here today. Oh, it's been a lot of fun. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the men who made it all possible, Mr. Bill Graham. Just a few words, Bill.
From Marin County, California, to Watkins Glen, in New York, here we go, the Grateful Dead.
I had a hard run, running from your window. I was all night running. Lord, I wonder if you care. I had a run around and a run down, run around the corner. I run smack into a tree. I had to move, really had to move. That's why it is I'm on my bed of knees. Earth, don't you come around here anymore. Myself in green, I'm back onto the sea. Try to see what's going down. Lord, read between the lines. Boys are gone. Turn around and see. Boys are gone. It's running back to me. I had to move, really had to move. That's why here today I'm on my belly knees. Earth, don't you come around here anymore. And into a rainstorm, back into a condo. So that pouring, but not a drop on it. Yes, me chestnut. Why don't you arrest me? Go to the jailhouse till the sun goes down. Till it goes down. I had to move. Really had to move. That's why I'm on my belly knees. Earth, don't you come around here and go. till let it go. I had to move, really had to move. That's why you please, I want my baby please. Don't you come around, you let it go. I had to move, really had to move. That's why you please, I want my baby please. Bertha, don't you come around, you let it go. Get it more, get it more, get it more, get it more, get it Sure. Well, this job I got is a little too hard. Running out of money, gonna be good day. Gonna wake up in the morning, Lord, gonna pack my bag. Gonna be all around. Going down the line, down the line, going 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 down the line, yeah, going down the line, going down the line, going down the line, going down the line, being all down the line. Just another minute, the station of a black train because of I'm going back where I belong. Listen, I'm going home to my same old used to be. Listen, but tell me just round, go mine. Say go mine, go mine, go mine, go mine. Say go mine, let go mine, go mine, go mine. It's a walk back to that shine. That's where I think I belong. Yes, I'm a sweet woman. Oh, yes, she's waiting for me. That's where I'm gonna make my belong. Said happy home, happy home, happy home. Said happy home, happy home. Said happy, 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 happy.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming by. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Little something in the background there to keep it going, man. Keep it going. See, that was Watkins Glen. That was a rock. They called it those were called rock festivals back in those days. And that was called a summer jam. That was 600,000 people, and that was huge. I was 18 years old, man. My dad let me go. You know, what's he gonna do? I'm 18 years old, and it was a huge thing for my generation. You know, it was like the Woodstock of the next. I was a little too young to go to Woodstock, and for all the cats of the '70s, you know, we got together 600,000 people there, and it was non-violent. It was kind of incredible, man. I remember it started on a Saturday afternoon. They had a sound check on a Friday, and there was a lot of heavy duty recordings there because there were 3 bands there. It was the Grateful Dead, the Allman Brothers, and the band, Bob Dylan's band. You know, the band, Cripple Creek and The Weight and all those good songs. But anyway, man, just wanted to talk about that a little bit because it ties into boxing. It's so funny how everything I do, it all comes back to boxing. Let me shout out anybody that came in here to see me tonight, man. Sunday night, I got no business on here, but been a lot of good stuff happening this weekend, and you know, a couple of little milestones I want to drop in there. And here we are, man. Here we are. And thanks anybody who's in here. I appreciate it, man. Make sure you throw your thumbs up in here. I guess that helps us get out there. I hear everybody else say it, so I might as well. I copy everything I see out there, man. Jose Diaz, my brother. Jose Diaz, this one's for you, man. Nice and clean. Look at that, man. Almost new. The stem's a little dirty, but my lovely wife, she cleans that for me. Gives it to me about 4 o'clock every day. And God bless my wife, man. God bless you all out there, man. A little dosey-do. The fruits of the field. Jose Diaz, Iceman, my brother. Thank you so much for coming in. D-Ray, all smoke over there. Salute, my man. My sister, Swoop Like Me. Thank you so much for coming in here, man. And make sure, Swoop Like Me, I always like to watch her during the day. She's out there in her truck, bro. What a, you know, great show. Great show, man. Dree Finest, my uncle. Salute, Unc. How you doing, my brother? Andrew Charles, man, thank you for coming by, bro. Mr. Mechanical, Michael Johnson, man. True Matador. Salute, my brother. And Mrs. Knockout Boxing TV, man. Thank you so much for coming in here. LT, my bra. I didn't think there'd be anybody coming in here, period, man. I'm glad you guys stopped through, but I want to start by telling you about this thing called Watkins Glen. It was the 1973. July 28th, hot day, man. No shade, sitting in the middle of this field. It was on the racetrack, the famous Watkins Glen Grand Prix track, upstate New York. And man, a traffic jam like you would not believe, like it closed the whole New York State Thruway down. It was wild. It was just fucking huge. I think they sold like 100,000 tickets, and they got 600,000 people there. I bought a ticket. It was $10. I think I was asked for it at one checkpoint, and then it was a free concert after that. But it was just a crazy event, man. You know, people brought their own food. I don't remember if we must have bought stuff from vendors. I don't even remember. It was such a 49 years ago this weekend, and you know who promoted that? You know who was the man who promoted Watkins Glen? Slugger Sam, salute my bra. The man who promoted that was Shelly Finkel. 1973, Shelly Finkel was a rock promoter. Now he's a boxing promoter. Maybe he's beyond that, Hall of Fame. I don't know. He's still involved. We still see him out there. But this was, like I said, man, It was at the Watkins Glen Grand Prix up in Watkins Glen, New York, and they, like I said, they sold 150,000 tickets. I was one of them, and that was it, man. The rest it was a free concert. It was a good time, man. I remember my friend had a Corvair. I don't know if any of you guys remember a Chevy Corvair. It had an air-cooled engine, and back then, an air-cooled engine, you had to be riding on the road for that engine to be cooled down. No radiator. We were on this hill, man. Like upstate New York is mountains. It's all hills. If you know any truck drivers, man, they have special lanes for them, so they don't have to, so they don't burn out their trannies. But we had to push it uphill, man. It was a thing to remember. Camping everywhere. You get up there and you could just pitch a tent, and then women walking around with their people swimming naked, women were walking around with their tits out. It was just a fucking wild, wild time. I had a case of Miller Lite beer. It was the first case of Miller Lite beer that anybody in Rhode Island had, because I worked at a bar and they were the first ones to take Miller on tap. It was all Narragansett and Budweiser. Miller was coming in. 86 salute. But anyway, man, I had a case of that, and I was giving it away to people. We were doing joints. I think I did some Les Clemens for the concert. It was just a fun time. Fun time. And the largest event ever held in the United States, the largest up to the time. I don't know if there's anything been more than that, but it was huge. 50,000 watt sound system. And it was all clear. There weren't any problems with the sounds. And it went on. The Dead played for about maybe 4 hours, like 5 hours with a break. Then the Allman Brothers came on. No, then the band came on. There was a little rain, and they played like a 3 hour set. Then the Allman Brothers came on. By the time the Allman Brothers were on, I was walking back to the campground where we had our tent, and I was just so worn out being there all day. William Old School, salute my brother. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, man, that was a fun time. Today's also the day they're having the Newport Jazz Festival. That's an event right there, man. I've been to 4 of them, and they're legendary. I think that was maybe the first jazz festival of all of them, and it was it's a good time to be had. I think my days are going and sitting in the sun over there. I don't know, bro. We got the internet now. I could have probably. I don't know if I would have gotten the festival this afternoon, but I mean, if I had known somebody there who had an iPhone, man, they could have done a show there. But anyway, bro, the Newport Jazz Festival. I saw Chick Corea there. I saw Ella Fitzgerald there. I saw. So many different bands there. Lee Ritenour, George Benson. Oh damn! If I thought about it and really thought about it, because there's so many. Now it's even crazier. Now they have 3 stages, and they put on these workshops, and it's continuous music, man. You can you go around from different rotating stages, so it's nonstop, and make your head spin. There's so much going on there, but that's going on today. I think was the last day. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You could, it sells out too, man. It's at Fort Adams State Park. It's huge. It's worth Googling. Worth checking out videos. Videos of some of the former players there. That's when Miles Davis went electric. Miles, the classic jazz player. Playing with Charlie Parker, and and all of a sudden Miles breaks out the electric guitars with him, and he's got amplified music, and the purists were like, "What the fuck?" And other people were like, "Wow, dig this!" And that was like a whole new era was born. But that's where Bob Dylan went electric too. They had the folk festival. That was last weekend. So that's kind of cool. I used to go to them in my younger day, but shit. They could be boxing down the street. I don't know if I could get my old ass there, but that's just a little something that went on this weekend. It's let's go through the boxing over here. Let's see if I can put it on my TV here. Yeah, there we go. We'll go through boxing 24. Shout out to L Dub. It's not as good as having L Dub up here, but boxing 24. It's I read it every day. It's kind of interesting. Some days better than others, but we go through that and we'll see what's happening there. William Old School, my brother. Good to see you up and about, man. Good to see you up and about. Danny Garcia dominates Jose Benavidez Jr. Some referee actually had that scored. One of those judges had that fight scored a draw. I mean, come on. That was insane. That was insanity right there, man. That was we wonder boxing. People wonder why boxing is looked down upon. And man, if you watched that fight last night, Danny Garcia, maybe he isn't what he once was, and I don't know what they were watching there, but he totally dominated Jose Benavidez. He danced circles around him. He peppered him at will. He didn't hurt him and get that knockout that we wanted to see, and he was defiant till the end. But what did Benavidez do? He landed a couple of left hands, man. It was I couldn't give I couldn't really give it anything but a shutout, man. If you're gonna put a gun to my head and you got to give him a couple of rounds, maybe, but man, giving that fight a draw, come on. Is this what's wrong with boxing? This is one of the things that's definitely wrong with boxing. Demerzen, that was kind of interesting, and Russell victorious. Let's go down and see if they got any stories there. Yeah, the Billum Smith, I didn't see that whole fight, but yeah, let's go back up here and check this one out. This is one of the beauties of having our little screen in the background there. See what they have to say about this, man. Yep, 2-division world champion Danny Swift Garcia dominated his super welterweight debut. But then, what did Danny ask for after that? He asked for Keith Thurman, a rematch with Keith Thurman, who's coming back as a 147 pounder. He broke down in the ring, discussing his struggles with mental health. And Showtime reporter Jim Gray. I don't mess with mental health. Not everything goes right, and things are. The mind is a very, very powerful thing. Garcia is 34 years old, so that's kind of that's no spring chicken, man. I don't care. We're talking about boxers that are doing it more now, older. They're well preserved because of proper nutrition. Jose Diaz, man, salute my brother. I'll tell you, Matador, fact, man. Yeah, he mentioned Laura, but he didn't mention Mel Charlo. You after a fight like that, the adrenaline's up there, things come out of your mouth. Jeff Lucietta, bro, salute my man. Thanks for coming by. Making sure. See, I got my laptop set up over here on this side. I'm high styling over here, man. I got the screen behind me, the little one in front of me. I got my laptop over here. I can keep an eye on YouTube. The only thing is I have it on my left side. Usually it's on my right side, but I bought this sofa a month ago, and the little fucking port on the side, I forget what they call it, the LED. But anyway, it stopped working the other night, so I gotta call the furniture store, get them to come down here and fix that. But I got my little studio rearranged. Anywho, I got everything going here tonight, so I can keep track of all of us and still run stuff. And anyway, man, let's get back to that fight last night, man. The Danny Garcia, where does he go from here? I'm looking at Danny Garcia like somebody who's made the money, he's made the dough, Let's see if I. Yeah, I'm looking at my screen back there. I'm trying to do things as correct as I can. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, you can see it's a little bit better, I think. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to do things technically as best I can too. I'm learning every day here. My brother Ghetto Greg Towns, punching bag skunk. Salute, man. How you doing, my brother? Memphis Freestyle 901, man. Salute to you, my brother. Sunday night, kicking back, man. Talking about what happened in the world, man. In the world. And like I was saying, man, last night I thought it was the whole card excited me. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. The whole card excited me. It didn't live up to expectations. Very few things in life really do, man. But anyway, man, Danny Garcia, where does he go from here? He mentions a lot of things, but see, I was my friend Renee Box Young, very, very, very good friend of mine on the internet. How good of friends can we be on the internet? But anyway, man, Renee Box Young, one of my first guys out here that and you guys say I was fucking with. But anyway, Renee had an interview with Ray Flores last Friday. Ray Flores, PBC. And I asked him, I said, I said, how come these fighters aren't fighting like the fighters of the old days? Why aren't they fighting every 3 months, man? Why don't they build their resumes by their activity? Well, why are they afraid to take an L? And he said, I'm going to tell you why. He said, right now they have guaranteed contracts. It's not like the old days. They sign with PBC, and we have to guarantee them X amount of dollars every time they fight. We have to make sure we find dates and venues that we can generate that money, so we can pay you these signed contracts. And we can't do that as much as they did in the old days. So it's a whole different ball game out there, and that's all he had to say to me, man. That was like very, very, very concise, very to the point. I get it. I'm not gonna beg for the fights of the old days. It's not gonna happen. Tony Boswell, my brother, man. Shout out to you, man. Another great guy that I met when I was on here, man. And sometimes you go different ways from people. You go with the herd. I did anyway, man. But then you see the real ones, and you kind of all comes back like the rivers. We all the tributaries, and they all come back to the ocean. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Out of the box, boxing class 101. Salute, my brother. And please, any of you guys, drop your links out here if you're in here, because man, sub to your channels, bro. That's how we do it on here. I come on here on a Sunday night, and unexpected. I said I'm gonna come on here and talk about some boxing. I didn't see much happening, and even if I did, hey, bro, this is the internet. This is like I get up in the morning and I go through the news channels to see what's going on, and no offense, man, but this is for entertainment, and we try to entertain, and we try to dare I say educate, man, because I'm educated more than I educate. Get a good draw on that bad boy. You like that? OTB Boxing Class 101. Hashtag TWT. So give him a sub. Like I said, man, give everybody in here a sub. That's what we dig, man. I started, I think I had 37 of them before I had a channel, just from seeing people. Hey, Bruce, man, you gotta get a channel out there. I said, sub to me. Maybe someday I will. That was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And, now you appreciate them so much more than ever. I got a community page, which is the coolest thing in the world, Skywalker, my brother. Salute, man. Skywalker, he's another one, man. He's just started his channel. Go give him a sub, He had Tim Witherspoon Jr. on there the other night, man. Tim's son. And it's funny, we got Punch Skunk in here, man. Craig Towns from East Providence, Rhode Island, former light heavyweight boxer. Now he's a internet. He produces a lot of good shit, man. Gets with the legendary fighters. Knows Tim Witherspoon. I'm sure he's met Tim Jr. We had Tim Jr. on the other day. I was talking with Tim Jr. Tim Jr. loves his weed, bro. It was just right where I want to be, man. We were puffing the weed. We were fucking talking boxing, and it was just so cool. I think we had a loaded panel, something I'm afraid to do, man. But it was laid back, and even Tim Jr. He sounds just like his old man, and we're talking with him. Chain with Ice, man. Salute my brah. And Tim says, "Oh, guys, I don't want to take over the show. I don't want to talk too much." And I'm like, "No, bro, you are the show. Please talk. I'll put a clock on it if I'm talking too much." And nobody was, man. It was like so. The flow went right there, and shout out to my bro, the Skywalker. He had a good show, and hey, man, like last night we had some trolls in here. And we get them all over the place. They try to disrupt us. Who gives a fuck, bro? This is the internet, man. If that's going to bother you, man, come on down to Rhode Island. I'll show you some fucking ways, things that'll bother you. But this is thick skin. This rolls right off, bro. So let's see what happens now. Let's see what goes on with Danny Swift Garcia. I think he's got one good run for it right now. If he wants to get himself another title. I think the thing he has to do, bro, I think he has to stay active. I know he made a lot of money with Errol Spence. He's still, he probably hasn't even touched that money because, Danny Garcia, he's a smart fighter. He has money invested. And, I don't think he's going to get in that training camp unless there's a lot of zeros in that contract. But, man, we're going to see something happen there, I hope, man. I hope. The thing is, how can we even hope anymore? We want to see Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. Now we're hearing that's in dire straits again. I said years ago, Jaron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz are going to get it on. They're on a train wreck course, man. It's like Hearns and Leonard. And this was when people were already talking about Spence and Crawford. I said these two guys, right now they're in the same predicament that Donald Curry and Milton McCrory and Starling were in when Sugar Ray Leonard was the champ, and he was fighting he was sticking around with Duran and Hearns, and only big money, high value fights. So what did those guys do? They fought each other. They made sure they were mandatories, and they made sure Leonard had to drop his belt rather than fight him. And anyway, if you're that good, how many fights do they have? They're young, but how many fights does Jaron Boots Ennis have? Over 30, no? I mean, it's time for these guys to pick up the slack. You don't realize what you can do in that ring, but you have to do it. Iron sharpens iron. Fight. Proof was the best in the division. I can't understand how a fighter can really carry on as the champ in a division when there's three other guys with belts claiming to be the champ in that division. Oh, Tim, bro, that sucks, man. I've gotten involved with hooks before. I had one time we used to go fishing all the time when I was a kid, and sometimes we'd leave the worm on the hook. We went home one day. I don't know whose it was, but my dog got the fucking hook in his tongue, and the hook with a barb on the end. It was a flatfish hook, and we went to get him to the vet. My mother was a tough bird, man. My mother held the dog down. Get me some wire cutters. We're all 12 years old. My mother, bink, cut the wire cutters off, cut the hook off. Because you're not going to slide that hook in reverse. But yeah, bro, I feel for the youngin', man. That's tough, but lucky you didn't get it in the eye. Look at the good side of it, man. The cheek. Maybe you'll get a nice scar out of there. The chicks will ask me about that. Oh man, happened in a bar when I was fucking I was 18, and this girl's hitting on me. I turned around, her husband had a bottle in his hand, and bang! I got up and I fucking cleaned that bar out and took the broad with me in my back of my bike, and that was the end of that one, man. Yeah, you're right. You know it. You know it, Jose. You gotta get that. You gotta get that infection taken care of, man. And so after that fight, bro. After that fight, we saw the heavyweights get on there. Let's see if we got something in here. Let's go down on our whoever wrote the story for Boxing 24 put in their overtime. They did a lot of writing on there. Let's go to the Kawanaki fight. That's it, man. Or was that on there? But anyway, man, let me get this back up. Forgive me here. Yeah, Demerzen victorious over Kawanowski. That was unexpected. You know, I knew Demerzen. I'd seen him fight before. I saw him when he fought at Jagba, and I think it was a 10-rounder. It could have been an 8-rounder, but I'm pretty sure it was a 10-rounder. And Demerzen stood in there. He's an Olympian. He's from Turkey. He's got the basic boxing skills just to go in the Olympian, to become an Olympic boxer. You have to win. You have to win world championships and different international championships. So man, he was fundamentally sound. Both of them weren't in any kind of shape. You could see them both winded. Both had jiggle on their bodies. One thing you don't want in the ring is to be jiggling. You want to be tight. That's what it's all about. Allman Brown's sister, salute. Thanks for coming in here. 7006 Omerta, salute to you, man. Make sure you guys are wrenched up. Looking to my left over here on my laptop. I got my StreamYard going in front and my Boxing News 24 on my tube behind me over here. But Kalinowski, I think his days as a contender, he never really was. When he got beat by Helenius, that was twice. I mean, it just showed how vulnerable he was to a solid jab. And even when he was fighting Demerzen, I wouldn't exactly call Demerzen a solid jab. He was just trying to land that fucking overhand left, which he did. He busted up Kalinowski's face, and he was the man after that fight was over. He walked out of there like he had just won the WBC heavyweight championship of the world. So bro, he was he's got some paydays. Think about it now. The heavyweight division, you got these up and comers. You got Coffee. You've got the Beast. I can't even think of half of their fucking names right now. I can't even think of any of their names right now. I can see a lot of faces. But anyway, man, he's got a good payday now because of that fight. And Kalinowski, I don't know if he should continue boxing. He's in that division where you get hurt, and he's just a face first fighter. I think he should look for a good job by using his. He's loved in the Polish community in New York City. Maybe a liaison with the mayor's office. Maybe to get things done. Who knows, man? How politics works. But something like that. I don't want to see him get his. They called him the baby-faced assassin. I don't want to see that baby face get smashed around, man. It's a bad look for him. I'm from Rhode Island, man. Bluefins, yeah, I guess there are. I'm not much for the deep sea. Don't see too many. I think they catch the yellow. Is it yellowfin? I think a lot of them talk about that. Around here, there's a lot of bass around here. A lot of blackfish, tautog, flounder. Not that many flounder anymore. That was the thing of the past. There used to be a lot of those flatfish and flounder, but scup, a lot of those fish, but clams, claw hogs. You know, you could live if you had to. You do it better than others, Jose. But it's out there. And so now we're gonna see the Miz, and he's gonna move on. And like I said, he's got some possibilities out there. We could go look through the heavyweight contenders, but you get it. You get what I'm talking about there, man. And then that first fight, you know, Gary Antoine Russell Jr. I think his name is. And who was this dude that he fought? See, I mentioned his name about 1 million times today. Constant. I worry about my brain. I think I should double my brain boosters that I'm taking. Yeah, they're talking a lot. They're talking in this article about Kalinowski, Ransalius Bartholomew. That's what his name is. I had to go look in here, but that was a decent fight. That was the worst stoppage I've seen in a long time. And once again, I can't remember the ones that I've seen, but I can remember the classic ones. The Joey Curtis stopping Michael Dokes, stopping Mike Weaver when he lost his title in the first round against Michael Dokes. Go watch that 1 round stoppage. That's the worst I think I've ever seen in my life. In fact, you know something? That's something that I would pull up here, man. Because that stoppage yesterday was bullshit. We all saw Rancis was he was up. He got knocked down with a beautiful right hook. I mean, don't get me wrong. Russell landed, and I said while we were watching, I was out here calling the fight. You know, one of these other fucking things where just felt like doing it. So anyway, man, Gary Russell landed a beautiful right hook, and he dropped Bartholomew. Bartholomew was up, looking at the referee. Referee wiped his gloves off. Referee said, "Come forward." He came forward, and the referee gives it the famous. Like, what? And Rancis Bartholomew, he was the most shocked of them all. I mean, the dude had 2 world championship belts, and you know, he's been in wars. He's gotten off the mat, and they gave him no chance, and he was pissed off. His corner was even more pissed off. You know, he left there like he won the fight. They're giving him high fives, thinking. And once again, I don't see a rematch because, like I said, what I saw with Ray Flores the other day about the guaranteed contracts. Let me show you this fight. This is a good fight. Nah, that's not a very good picture. We can find a better picture than that. This one should be okay. Okay. Check this out, man. This was a 15-round world heavyweight championship. Mike Weaver in the red trunks, the defending champion, just knocked out John Tate earlier. He's fighting Mike Weaver, a Don King fighter. Don King was pushing to become champion. Ray Boom Boom Mancini had just killed Dooku Kim in the ring. So he knocks down Michael Dokes early in the fight. Dokes gets up. Dokes has a habit of being a notorious slow starter. The referee's giving Joey Curtis, he's giving him a count, checking his gloves. Fight continues. And there goes Michael Dokes. Is he landing a lot of these punches? Is Mike Weaver dropping his hands? I mean, keep your eye on this fight. I mean, Dokes is trying to get a right hand in, but Weaver's keeping that left hand up. He's getting a few in there, but Weaver is blocking most of these punches. And remember, this is for the WBA Heavyweight Championship of the World. Joey Curtis stops the fight. Look at that. Look at that, man. Can you believe it? Dokes is land and Michael Dokes, man, a real short-lived career. They had a rematch. It was a 15-round draw. I thought Mike Weaver beat him in the rematch. See, Weaver can't believe he lost his title. He doesn't know what's going on. He knows that they put the screws to him. He knows Don King fucked him over. And that was as bad as, worse because it was for the World Heavyweight Championship, worse than the bullshit we saw last night. But I could probably even put the volume on this.
Control of his faculties on the rope. And now we have a melee in the ring with Weaver and Dokes in the middle of it, and it is Weaver who is enraged at the sudden stoppage of the fight. 103 of the first round. Well, that's how it looked as it happened. Now let's take a look at it in slow motion. We picked up the replay now, 17 seconds into the first round.
Heel of my brother, salute.
And Dokes, the challenger in the white trunks. The right hand missed, the left hook. That hurt.
Oobies.
No question about it. He immediately started to cover. The second left hook knocked him down. Now watch how Weaver gets up as Dokes retreats to the neutral corner. He walks into his corner. He turns around. Joey Curtis, the referee, counting, looks at him. Weaver nods his head, says he's all right, and comes back out. Now Dokes comes to the attack. Most of that is being blocked by the arm of Weaver. There's the body, right at the belt line. Weaver retaliating with the left and miss. Dokes comes back with the left of the head. Now he pounds away. But how effective are those blows going in against his head?
Drive safely.
Picked off by the arms of Weaver. Referee Curtis is right there. Dokes measures him, scores with a hard right hand over the top. That one caught him on the side of the head, just back of the ear. Another one, back of the ear, by Dokes. But Weaver is looking at Dokes, leaning against the ropes, covering, making an effort to defend himself, seemingly aware of what's going on. There is a left hook to the side of the head, and here the referee, Joey Curtis, steps in, separates the fighters, doesn't look at Weaver.
I remember this like it was yesterday. I was a Mike Weaver fan, and not a fanboy.
Including the referee, Joey Curtis. We'll have that in a moment. It's bound to be at the center of this post-fight.
Joey Curtis.
Joey Curtis. Joey
looks like a drunk, doesn't he?
After went down on the first knockdown, I gave him a count to bait. I looked into his eyes. He responded just a little bit, not the way I really wanted, but I figured I'd give him another chance. And the second time he was taking very, very bad punches to the head and to the body. That's when I decided I was going to have another Dooku Kim on my hands.
So
another Dooku Kim on your hands. Listen to him.
Yes, he was. I thought he was.
He doesn't want another Dooku Kim on his hands.
And when he couldn't respond to me after that first knockdown, that's why again I continued just a little bit longer. And when I saw he was taking more punches, I thought I would stop it.
Joey, I've got to ask this. After the tragedy involving the Korean fighter, Were you under orders from the WBA, from the Nevada Commission, from anybody to be a little quicker about
Don't lie.
Well, they didn't give me any orders at all, except the fact to watch the fight closely. And if I thought that the fighter wasn't responding with any punches or anything, that's when I decided that I would stop the fight.
Okay, Joey, thank you. Now, Mike Weaver, his side of it. You appeared in rage.
Demetrius Bright, salute. Picasso, my brother.
No, I wasn't hurt. Don't come with a good left hook. And that's just jumping down by get up immediately. I wasn't hurt. I really don't know what I remember stopping the fight. I really don't. I mean, I was not hurt a bit. I really don't know what he did.
He says that you did not respond as much as he would have wanted you to after the knockdown.
Well, how much do you want me to respond? He hit me with a good left hook. He knocked me down. What else can I do? I mean, I was throwing punches. I mean, it's nothing but stuff.
Nothing but a setup. You heard him, man. This is for the fucking heavyweight championship of the world. Don Manuel.
I thought he'd been in trouble. I always have. But he wasn't in that kind of trouble. They should have let the fight continue.
Yes, they should have. Just like they should have let Manchus Bartholomew fight. Let his fight with Russell continue last night. He was going to get knocked out, maybe, but it's not for you to decide. He turned out to be a coke junkie, bro. Nice, multi-talented fighter. Got hooked on coke and fucking whiskey. They said he spent the millennial in a bathtub full of champagne, penthouse models in Las Vegas, man. He was, and coke, watching fucking college basketball, making bets. Blew through his money. Here we go. Let's see what's going on.
Keith, the only thing that I would have to say is that sitting at ringside, you don't have as good a view of the fight as the referee, and at his discretion, he can make the decision to stop the fight, feeling that a fighter is in trouble.
Now, word with the ring physician assigned by the Nevada Athletic
Awesome
Commission,
physician.
Who has seen goodness knows how many fights, championship as well as otherwise.
Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns physician.
Your reaction?
My reaction is the fight was stopped too soon.
You had no access to the fighter, did you? You did not take a look at him.
I did not.
Should you not have been called for a consultation?
I would have certainly thought that that would have been the proper thing to do.
From your position,
He knows
on
it,
the side of
man.
the ring where,
Shout out to
Weaver
Dr.
went down,
Donald Romeo.
Did he appear hurt to you?
He did not.
Fucking answer those questions,
Referee
man.
Joey Curtis said that he took 4 hard right hands to the head, and that was why he stepped in.
Those I saw, but if you have seen Mike Weaver fight before, you
Yep.
will know that he is a very slow starter, Keith.
Demetrius.
I have seen him personally take quite a few punches from Coach Z, knocked him out with one punch 3 rounds later after taking 9 rounds of
Check that fight out.
pretty good pummeling.
Over
I've
60,000
seen him,
people
and you
saw that
him
fight
too. I saw
live.
this on television in Knoxville, where Tate had the fight won, 15th round, 1 punch, Mike took him out. Mike is a slow starter, and I definitely think the fight was stopped too soon. Now, I must admit, of course, with all the controversy which has happened lately in the fight game, that I can give the referee a plus on that. But by the same token, this was a championship fight, and I just feel it was stopped too soon.
Okay, Donald, thank you very much.
My pleasure, Keith.
Well, that's a look at it, and those are the opinions of those directly involved in the WBA Heavyweight Championship.
Good stuff here.
From where I was sitting, it appeared the stoppage might have come prematurely. This is Keith Jackson in Las Vegas.
It was an emotional crowd at ringside that night in Las Vegas. There were chants of fix as well as other obscenities. You heard Mike Weaver state in his own words that he thought the fight was a setup. Many questions have arisen since that bout. Was the fight stopped too soon? Will there be a rematch? As Nick Karasiotis, the WBA supervisor at ringside that night, has recommended to the WBA.
My recommendation would be for a rematch because of the controversial ending. It's a very unusual ending. There's been many comments, letters, and phone calls that I've received. And from what I understand, some of the people who've seen the tape, they thought the fight was stopped too quickly.
Yesterday in Las Vegas, Mike Weaver sent a telegram to the Nevada Athletic Commission stating that he did not mean to imply that the commission was involved in any, quote, fix, unquote, of the fight. Weaver went on to say, quote, the sudden decision and the fact that I was so upset led to my unfortunate remarks, unquote. However, attorneys for Weaver have still officially protested the fight and have also requested a special hearing with the Nevada Commission on the conduct of referee Joey Curtis. The WBA has set a scheduled date of December 27th in Panama to act upon the controversy surrounding the Weaver-Dokes fight. Earlier, I talked to the president of the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza.
Mr.
Mendoza, do you think the fight was stopped too soon?
Well, I think the fight wasn't stopped soon with the referee, but the WBA respect the decision of the referee.
Well, I understand that referees can make mistakes sometimes, though, can't they?
Well, the referee are human beings and they can make mistakes.
Now, if you say, and due to the fact that you say you thought it was stopped too soon, will you make a recommendation at your meeting on the 27th of December for a rematch?
Yes.
I had to wait for the report of the supervisor.
Crickettest one of them all back in the day.
From Chicago, Illinois. According to the report of Mr. Caraciotti, we are going to analyze the situation and we are going to get a decision about this situation.
Well, Mr. Caraciotis has already told ABC that he is recommending a rematch.
What I know about that is the Caraciotti is going to recommend a new opportunity to Weaver, but I don't think he's going to recommend specifically every match.
Well, in the hurly-burly world of professional boxing, I guess the only thing we can be sure of is that Michael Dokes is the new WBA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep. Very, very cool stuff, bro. Very, very interesting stuff. And like we said last night, we thought that the Russell fight was stopped a little prematurely. This fight was for a heavyweight championship of the world. And Donald Romeo, the physician, man, like I said, that was the physician with Hagler and Hearns who could have stopped the fight. Hagler, dude, was sitting over my fucking shoulder here, man. He had a gash in the top of his head that was pouring blood into his eyes. And Donald Romeo, he was a fight fan first and a physician second. He wanted that fight to continue, and he knew he had been in Marvin Hagler's corner before, and he didn't even speak to the referee. He didn't even go look at. I mean, it was real fast. He went in the ring, the fight continued, and we saw what happened. It was a 3-round fight that they're still talking about today. But anyway, man, that was one of the things that I remembered about that stoppage. Did I just lose everybody there for a sec? I think I'm back, right? Am I here, Picasso? I think I am. I think I'm good. I'm like a kid with all these controls in front of me, and I was going back here to get. There we go. To get back here on in my here we go. I knew I'd get it straightened out here. I can put that back up. I can put this back on my mini screen here, which I kind of like. There we go. Put that up there. And onto here. Okay, man. Next Saturday, Virgil Ortiz and Michael McKinnison. Michael McKinnison is in for some trouble. This Virgil Ortiz is a growing young killer at welterweight. Look out, man. This is going to be a really, really short fight. It's going to be a brutal fight. You know, and we'll be there. We'll be there for sure. And see, I like a lot of these. They base their stories on what someone else said. Anthony Joshua is back if he wins. Duh, says Adam Smith. Adam Smith is a personality on Sky Sports. I don't follow it to know who he is. If I saw him, I'd probably say, "Oh yeah, I know him." But you think if Anthony Joshua beats Usyk, that he's going to be back on top? You really think that? Hey, you're a soothsayer, as they say. And this one here, this is one that I wanted to talk on, man. Let's see what they have to say in here. Get to the story. I was listening to Hasim Rahman Jr. all day today on Twitter. Talked about it. Put up tweets, I guess they call it. Because I'm fortunate, man. I talked to him on a show. Was it Major Keys? I think it was Major Key had him on there. And Major Key, good brother. He texted me, asked me if I want to jump on the panel. And I didn't really know. I didn't know Hasim Rahman. I knew his dad. Shit, man. I think he kind of thought his dad was on there really briefly. But anyway, man, I started talking to him, and it was pretty cool, man. We had a little we had a little rapport going, and he was telling me about how he grew up in boxing and how how his dad took him all around the world into different training camps, how he went to the Kronk gym when he was in his teens, and he lived the fighter's life. He trained with these guys. They told him, he's a serious, real serious boxer. And now they're saying that Hasim Rahman is saying, and Jake Paul, I guess, is saying that Hasim wasn't acting accordingly, and he wasn't losing weight like he contracted to. And here's what it says, man. Signed bout. Statement from Most Valuable Promotions on July 5th. Hasim Rahman Jr. signed a bout agreement to fight Jake Paul on August 6th. We knew that. Okay. Okay. At the time of the signing, Rahman provided evidence of his weight to give comfort to the most valuable promoters, the most valuable promoters, MVP, in the New York State Athletic Commission, that he would not be losing more than 10% of his weight over 4 weeks leading to the fight. So, man, that's since weighing 216, that's 21.6 pounds, 10% of that. And supposedly he didn't make it. And let's, for educational purposes, let's see if we can see what Jake Paul said about this, just to see what's going on
Joe,
here.
I'm devastated. I cannot fucking believe this. We just found out this news. And this is just another case of a professional boxer, just like Tommy Fury, being scared to fight me. It's as clear as day that these guys have been so unprofessional to work with, looking for any excuse to suck more money out of this event, to coerce us into doing.
I don't know, man. Suck more money out of this event. Bro, this is the only legitimate, excuse me for 1 second here. The only legitimate boxer that you were going to take on, and you actually made my friend Black and Brown's big board. You made it to number 100. Come on, you're a cruiserweight, right? Basically, a heavyweight who should be a heavyweight, but is too but can't make light heavyweight. That was what they used to say about it. Now it's a legit weight class. But didn't you go out and get Hasim Rahman because you couldn't get Tommy Paul to come to this country? You didn't work all this out before the fight. You didn't work out the weight stipulations. And a week before the fight, canceling Madison Square Garden. But yeah, man, let me get my train of thought back here again. Okay. Multi-million-dollar event. From what Joe Rosen, is that his name? Joe Rogan. He says it cost $500,000 just to turn the lights on at Madison Square Garden, and this fight had only sold 1 million. This fight had barely broken $1 million in sales, and they just weren't selling. The fight was not getting the live gate in New York. It's expensive. You know, people are masking up again, and it looks like Jake Paul and company pulled out of the fight to me, man. Hasim Rahman said he was going to make that weight as close as he could. If you know, in fights, man, how often do you see fights canceled because of the weight, especially in non-title fights? Stipulations, fines are paid, you know. But to stop this event, and man, to a boxing fan, this was boxing once again. This was not Jake Paul against a football player or KSI and Logan Paul. You know how you get, you know how your YouTube has the autoplay on there, so it just keeps playing one after another. The other day, I don't know what I was doing, but I come back and it's playing a Jake Paul and KSI 2. I remember they had to fight 1. I didn't know they had to fight 2 also. But I didn't even know what my point was going to be. But it was something about why isn't this fight going on? You know, we saw all that with let's see, on Friday, Rockman submitted a weight check to the New York State Athletic Commission that demonstrated that he had lost less than 1 pound since originally signing to take the fight 24 days prior. That's not good, man. That's not a good look. This prompted the commissions to declare that it would not sanction the fight at less than 205 pounds, and Jake Paul was prepared to move forward with the fight at this new weight, and the new contract was sent to Rockman's promoter reflecting a 205-pound limit, imposing strict penalties should he fail to make weight. Upon receiving this new contract Saturday morning, Rockman's camp indicated for the very first time that he planned to weigh in 215 pounds at the official weigh-in and would not agree to a weigh-in at 205, informing the most valuable productions that they are pulling out of the fight unless the fight is agreed to 215 pounds. Ooh, that's MVP and Jake Paul would not reward someone that has conducted themselves in such a deceiving and calculated manner. Therefore, MVP is left with no choice but to cancel this August 6th event. The forced outcome impacts Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano, and every other fighter on this card who have trained tirelessly over the past few months for this event. The boxing community must hold Hasim Rahman Jr. liable for his lack of professionalism. Wow. I didn't read this, man. I'm reading this for the first time. There's been endless work, time, and money put into building this event. And we want to thank our team, Showtime, Madison Square Garden, Holden Boxing, and all of our partners for their continued support. Above everything, we want to thank our fans for their commitment to the athletes and the sport of boxing. Okay, what's this here, man? Let's see what this is here. Fight Hub TV, just doing this for educational and entertainment purposes.
Internet cat take the car got going on for y'all. Look, I'm a bridgerweight. I campaign at bridgerweight, or otherwise known as heavyweight outside of the WBC. Now look, I signed a contract to make 200 pounds within the 3.5 weeks that I had to do it, but I couldn't do it. I said my body simply would not let me do it, would not let me get down to 200 pounds. But with them canceling fights a whole week in advance, I didn't even get my last week to get down as low as I could. I told this man,
that's me.
It's penalties.
Ali.
Keep the purse. Keep the purse.
Bruce Gas. Hey, I go to I post in here.
That's how much it means to me, and that's how much space.
Shame on Showtime.
I would have beat this man with one hand, just like I did in the gym. But let him tell it. He already beat my ass in the gym when I was 230. So if you beat me up while I was 230.
Interesting circus going on here, man.
It's clearly.
I don't want to get zapped in the middle of my stream for showing this, but anyway, man. Yeah, what the hell? Let's watch it. As long as we keep talking, maybe not show it.
They're not going to fight. I never said that I didn't want this fight, and the only thing that I can conclude is that they stayed. I mean, they tried to drain me down. I told them, look, I ain't gonna be able to get all the way down to cruiserweight. I mean, it was a astronomical feat in and of itself. From the
so, what do you think, Picasso?
When they called me to spar,
Nelly, I salute Nelly Content Entertainment. How are we doing, my brother? I appreciate you coming in here, man.
Now, with all that aside, still, if I wasn't able to make the weight, they knew we had a replacement on the side the whole time. He's been doing everything I've been doing this whole camp. The Muslim boxer, Muslim Casey, who campaigns at cruiserweight, who wouldn't have had to have drained himself, who could have saved the show. And Jake Paul could have fought a real boxer, but he don't want to fight a real fighter. He don't want to fight a real fight. He wanted to drain me down and fight a shell of me, which I'm not going to allow him to do. Now, they didn't move the goalposts.
Now, this has turned into a war of words right here, man. It's like, what the fuck? He called you a fucking unprofessional pussy. You're calling him a fucking regular cunt.
Still wanted to fight, still ready, willing, and able to knock out Jake Paul on August 6th. So,
you think this fight is suddenly going to be fucking on again within a day or so? You think the people who have tickets might know that? This time it's personal. Fucking weird shit, man. Weird shit, huh? But yeah, that was the last article in the in Boxing 24, and then we'll see what's going on this weekend. You know, Michael Conlon, my friends in Ireland would probably tell me a lot more about that. Manuel Moraja, Catering McCurry. See, these guys, I don't know who they are. Patty Donovan. The Patty Donovan. See, now this whole card, man, I was really looking forward to this, bro. This whole card is off now. Amanda Serrano, what does she do right now? Yeah, Picasso, you know, maybe a drive-by or something, but it doesn't look like that Showtime fight's going to happen anytime soon now, you know? But what we do have the Virgil Ortiz and Michael McKinnison. It's going to be a slaughter. I was kind of looking at this fight like I figured this fight would probably be on after the Rockman and Jake Paul fight, but now that fight's not going to happen. So there's going to be a long lull. I got a funny feeling this is going to be a long lull waiting for this fight to happen. And you know what I do when that happens, man? Sometimes I just turn it on, do a live. I don't know. When I see if somebody else has got one going on, go out and do some partying and get down. Next week, the week after that, Lopez. Same night, we're going to have Oscar Rivas. He's going to be fighting in Colombia, so I'm sure that's on a different time zone. Makes things interesting. Makes things exciting. And what else did I have there? Yeah, I think I got that taken care of there. And aside from that, man, boxing this weekend, I was expecting a little bit more, but then again, I kind of always expect a little bit more. And entertaining. It's kept me in front of the screen, so It was entertaining. It was wasn't overlapping, which was cool. Ended at a decent. I say a decent hour. I still don't. I was still up till way after 2 o'clock last night. So could have ended at a better hour. But it was cool, man. I appreciated it. I appreciated more boxing. Just keep some more boxing coming, man. A lot of fights on the horizon. We're all going to see them. We'll all be grateful for them, man. Just wanted to come on here for a little bit, just to shout out everybody in here, man. I'm almost at 600 people subscribing to me. I appreciate it. Be here on Tuesday night, man. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a flyweight from back in the early 2000s and 90s. His name is Michael Carbajal. He fought Michael Carbajal. I'm sorry. Why did I say that? His name is Scotty the Bulldog Olsen. And he's agreed to come on here. We'll see if he still does. A lot of things can happen. And man, he had a near fatal heart attack not long ago. And we'll talk to him, man. He's like one of the we don't like to forget these fighters, and we'll see what's up. So I appreciate you guys coming in here, man. Bruce Gas, thanking you so much. Peace.